there. Today we're going to talk about the fact that God has another one. And this is so important. This message is so important for two reasons. For one, because I don't want you to pass up on an opportunity that is in front of you, whether it's a business opportunity or what have you, a relationship opportunity. I don't want you to pass up on it. And the other reason why this message is so important is because if you have passed up on it, I want to tell you that God has another one. And it's really an important message that has been near and dear to my heart more recently as I have been discovering a blessing that I have perhaps missed. Let me tell you a story about the fact that about 5 years ago, I came up with this app idea. I'm not going to get into the app idea because it's irrelevant at this point. But it was a massive one. You know, this is going to be $1 billion industry. And I purchased the domain name and I said, you know what, this is a huge endeavor, something that I'm going to embark upon at a later point in my life. Fast forward 4 years later, and here we are. And I said, you know what? I'm going to look into this idea. I think the timing is ripe. It's still a very challenging idea. It will take a lot of bandwidth, major, capital to be raised, but I think the timing might be right. So given that, I've started doing more market research, more immediate market research at this point 4 years later to find out there is in fact a company who is flourishing in this space and doing it quite well. And there have been other companies that have attempted and tried, however have dissolved because it's not an easy business. It's going to be a very profitable business, but it's not an easy business. And so looking at the current business, researching what they've been doing, it's so interesting because what I saw was not only are they highly successful, $100 million annual revenue that they are doing per year, with more to come, but the entire model, the entire philosophy around the organization was the exact same impetus that I had in mind 4 years ago. And so, at first I thought, well, and for me, I always have to have my first conversation with God. I was like, okay, God, is this something that you still would want me to do? Is this like, do you want me to be the Lyft to the Uber? Or is this just something that is beyond what you want me to do? And so I went through a lot of turmoil about it, really, thinking, okay, maybe I was a coward. And maybe I was a coward, if I be completely honest with you all here. Maybe I was, a coward in that moment when I should have been trying to move on it and just make it happen no matter what. But interestingly to that, and I'm going to digress a little bit, I was speaking to a friend of mine about it, and my friend suggested this book, Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love, and it's titled Big Magic. And I read the book and I'm like, oh, okay, very nice. This is my life. And so basically, long story short, in the book, she's talking about, in my words, I'm going to paraphrase how I interpret what she said. Basically, God gives us these gifts, right? These ideas of business ideas, these relationships, these opportunities. And we're going to either say, yes, I'm up for the par, I'm up for the investment. Nah, I'm going to pass on that. And then if we say, yes, we're up for it and God gave it to us, boom. Okay, now it's time for us to really move in a way that is powerful to make it happen, right? This is our opportunity to align, if you will, our efforts with something that is just really, really huge in the scheme of the world and what we can contribute to society. But then those moments we say, I'll pass, these ideas, these opportunities, these connections, they don't just die. What they do in her book, and she has this amazing example, is they are transferred. Oh, you don't want this? Okay. You say, no, thank you. Now God is going to transfer this to someone else. And so in the instance of that business idea, I believe that's exactly what happened, given the timing of even when the business came about, looking at the history of it, right? And so a lot of times what we believe is for us, is only for us for the period of time that we're going to be grateful and we're going to toil with it. And the moment that we let go of that opportunity, then God is going to give it to someone else, to another space. And so I say that to you on two folds. On one, if you are at a place where you missed the boat, God has another one. He has another one. So don't feel like it's the end of the road. He still has tremendous purpose for you, as I believe he still has tremendous purpose for me. But no, if he is giving you an opportunity in this moment, to receive whatever he's giving you, and you don't receive it, he has another one to give it to. So God has another one in that respect as well. And so I encourage you, if you're getting an opportunity that is just anointed by God, you receive it, because it will come to pass. And my hope is, if it does, and it's not with you, that you have peace with that, God's peace with that. So anyways, I hope that you benefited from that. Many blessings in that respect. And the moral of the story is to make peace with what you have forfeited, because God has another one, and to claim what God has for you, because if you don't, he will give it to another one. Have a blessed day. If you have been blessed by it, please click the like button, as well as share it with someone else who may be blessed by it as well. And have a good day.